Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we're back with another episode of SDF Macross. Before we get into anything else though, first off we have comments. We have Ushiga from the episode Transformation. The folding issue wasn't just a miscalculation. In episode 3 they showed the Zentradi perspective where Exadol was shocked that the Macross folded near the surface of a planet, and Britai was shocked that such a fold was even possible. If veteran users of fold technology were flabbergasted, then that probably means there was a core issue with how humans decided to use the technology. Results may vary, and the manufacturer warranty will not apply.
Yeah, pretty much. They talk about I think they do talk about gravity well. In other words, getting so close to the surface to do it. Like in fact, the reason why they had to do that was because the Centrati pushed the SDF-1 to go down low, thinking that they had them trapped. So
My only comment on that is the fact that we know that the Zentradi are not great with their own machines, like to the fact that they can't repair them, which does not imply a mastery of understanding.
true enough. But I think they would know at least the tactical possibilities of the machines.
Sure, sure, but it could also just be something they didn't try. The thing that's popping into my mind, possibly because I only just recently rewatched a couple of episodes of Babylon 5. I'm talking about Babylon 5. I did that in the reverse order. Um, is literally the fact of like in Babylon 5 you don't open a warp or a hyper gate in atmosphere. It's apparently something you just don't do, and apparently then they do it later, right? And literally, I
Mhm.
just watched the episode. We might be the first people who ever opened a hypergate in an atmosphere. It's like, okay, you can do it. Just
Yeah,
nobody
but
ever did.
they also showed that it releases a lot of energy. Right? So it's like a miniature explosion. So it's not that ship gets damaged or anything. It's like you're doing this and you could probably kill or destroy anything around you because actually, the creating a vacuum in atmosphere.
Right. So it just might be a thing that just people just don't do, but
Mm.
it's entirely possible. It's just they don't do it. I don't know why the Zentradi wouldn't do it. They seem to be entirely down with destroying planets, and they've got such a huge fleet. It seems like somebody wouldn't care. Like our crazy pilot guy on the Zentradi side seems like something he would just try and do.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Michael Connor, also from the episode Transformation. The Armids. I don't know if this is a. You say ARMDs or if it's
Yeah.
abbreviate, or you should say it like it's a. See, I can't think of
I
what
mean,
it's called.
the way I've been heard to say it, at least in English, is armor.
Well, there's no O or an R
I
there at
know,
the end.
I know. Yeah.
Well, my point was I don't know if it's something that you abbreviate, if you hyphenate, not hyphenate, if you abbreviate it into its letter formation. I guess they would put periods there if you did that. Okay,
Yeah.
the Armids were supposed to. Sorry, this is the way they've written it. We're supposed to able to dock with the SDF-1 and act as extra flight decks in barracks. They can swing out to optimize acceleration from launch accelerators when needed, reducing the need for craft to accelerate, hence less fuel consumption by the small craft.
Yeah, and they do mention that in the episode earlier when they try to make the round the they want to like the rendezvous with the surviving ARMDs, but because they got destroyed, they decided to put the Daedalus and the Prometheus instead.
I mean, I think that's just common in media like this. I was about to say sci-fi, but I mean that's literally something you do with actual aircraft carriers, right? So,
Well,
um,
not docking them to a larger ship. I don't know.
no, no, no. Sorry, I think I'm thinking of the cabling for their landing, not for takeoff.
I mean, that's catapults and arrestor wires. Yeah.
Well, 'cause my first thought was actually Gundam Seed, because I think Gundam Seed
Mhm.
is the only one that I've seen so far where they have that kind of mechanism, where you actually, or how about have you seen Zoids,
Long time ago. Yeah.
or did you see Gundam Seed?
I know.
Oh well, Zoids and Gundam Seed they kind of do the same. I make the joke because the main Gundam in Gundam Seed does the whole Zoids thing where it's like on a platform and it gets a weapons package attached to it based on what they need, which is what the Liger Zero does in Zoids. But It also stands on a platform where its feet are in like little dock things, and the thing just throws it forward so that it gets ejected out in space with speed, and then it can do whatever it wants with its own jets and everything. Similar
Yeah, it's a catapult.
concept.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they also do the whole, capture by cable thing when it comes flying in. Or they even have safety nets when like a damaged thing comes flying in and it has no control. Um, but yeah, and our last comment here is from Space People from the episode Lin Min Mei. I've only seen the Harmony Gold Robotech version of this, so it's nice that the Japanese Min Mei can actually sing. Robotech had much better music for the score.
Yeah, the voice actress for Lin Min Mei in English, particularly, she also sang the scores, and she was not really suited for it. Right? They made their own songs for her, and just it didn't work.
I mean,
And so,
you can work into a position. I think the example for the channel here, you've probably never watched Sympho Gear, right?
no.
Sympho Gear, the main character Hibiki, her voice actress was not a singer, but was
Mhm,
expected to sing for the role because the main concept of the show is you sing and it powers you up. Um,
mhm.
but she learned over the course of multiple seasons. Like obviously, I think she learned in the course of one season to become a singer to fit the role. And I would think as long
Yeah,
as Macross is that you would have the chance. I don't know. Maybe Harmony Gold wasn't paying anybody for lessons.
yeah. No, it didn't. It didn't seem to work out that well. I mean, she wasn't. I think some people exaggerate how bad she was, but at the same time, she wasn't great. You could tell that she was more like, when people who don't know how to sing sort of sing talk, right, kind of way. It seemed that that's how she was doing it, right?
Um, I'm about to say John Stewart. I don't know why I was about to say that. Kirk, William
Yeah,
Shatner.
yeah. William Shatner, yes, that's spoken
I mean,
whatever.
I'm
Yeah,
saying that, but I don't know if you've actually listened to any of it. Have you ever heard It Hasn't Happened Yet?
no,
Oh, it's one of his tracks on his thing. I really like It Hasn't Happened Yet, which is basically his spoken word singing.
yeah, spoken word singer. Yeah.
All right, well, I think we should go ahead and get into your recap. And after a little bit of discussion, I also have a concept board to go back over. So, why don't you tell us what happened last
So,
time?
episode 21 of Microcosmos. We have Melia who has come aboard the uh, the Macross, and also we have the movie Xiao Pai Long, Little White Dragons, it's translated in English, which is a kung fu movie starring Kai Foon and Lin Min Mei. But there was basically the episode is all framework for the romantic triangle between Misa, Hikaru, and Ling Min Mei. Ling Min Mei seems to be getting tired of being an idol, essentially all the demands of it. I mean, she even collapsed an episode before, um, and was looking forward to have Hikaru, have a reserved seat. But, in the form of rom-coms and, romantic triangles, he didn't get the message, wasn't able to call her in time because she was already out of her room, etc. So he did see the movie, but, well, part of it anyway, but not where Ling Ming Mei expected him to be. And when he saw the kissing scene between Kai Fun and Ling Ming Mei, he walked out, trips, hits, gets grabby, hands to butt with Misa. Misa gets upset, takes him out, and in the middle of that, there's an attack. They get trapped in the city, in a part of the city where it's being transformed, and so they basically talk it out, and who they are and where they are at, etc., and how they have feelings for these other, how Misa has some feelings for Kai Fu, at least finds him attractive, and how Hikaru essentially is still pining for Ling Mei Mei, right? And they find solace in each other, basically, admitting these feelings they have for other people. And they seem to come to a point where they're about to kiss, and the attack is over, and they sort of go around and leave, but they leave holding hands, basically.
Sorry, I broke out laughing because you said attack, and I'm like, wait, did they? Yeah, that's right. They fucking transformed. That's why they get broken. Because our eponymous non-animated, never to be seen attack where they don't even right like how many times has the Macross transformed, right? It was always during a serious situation, except for this
Hmm.
one time where we've done it off screen, right?
Yeah, and
Uh,
it was explained that Shami was taking over Misa's place, and she decided to order the transformation um,
which was
because
why I
of
was
Risa.
guessing at the time that maybe it was just like a trial thing, right?
Yeah,
To train her for how transformations go or something. Sorry, my other thought about the episode description you gave was that you said the main thing was about the relationship. Another main thing for me was the whole can humans do that from Britai and Exodel from the whole this
yeah.
seems like pretty basic combat footage. Why are they watching that? And then he does some like, Dragon Ball Z firing energy from his hands. Can humans do that? Maybe that's why they're so strong.
Yeah, I mean, we also have the situation. Thanks for reminding me where the transmissions of the movie reach Britai's fleet, and you have the spies who have been talking to other people, saying, "Oh yeah, no, this is how this is what happens, and yes, we kiss Ming Mei and all that." So they're bragging about
Yeah,
knowing
we're
all about
best
all
friends
this.
with Minmay.
Yeah, best friend with him and
And
all
they
that,
don't know
and
how to interact with women, so they just assume anything on screen. Every time somebody asks, "Did you guys do that?" Yeah, of course.
yeah,
Because they're
and
despite being world's greatest thieves, they're the world's worst spies.
yeah.
They learned nothing while they were there. All they got was a player piano and a bunch of refrigerators and one weirdly life-sized Min May doll, which has to be really weird for Min May because people don't treat life-sized women dolls. I mean, maybe they didn't start treating. I don't know. This is the '80s. I don't know when
Yeah.
real dolls started coming out. I think late '90s, right? Or is that just early
Mhm.
2000s?
I'm not up in the real doll
Look, I only
lore.
have a guess about when Real Dolls came out because the Howard Stern show was big during a period of time,
Oh, okay.
and Howard
Yeah,
Stern obviously, as a shock jock, brought Real Dolls on, but I don't
yeah,
remember when I would have heard that. So it was either late
yeah.
90s when he was big on the radio, or I think
Mhm.
his show came on early 2000s.
Yeah. I mean, he was a shock jock all the way back to the 80s, I think. So
Right,
who
right, but
knows?
the Real Doll thing was on his TV show
Oh yeah,
where it's just video of him in the studio, but the idea that he only did visual gags and shit when he had a TV show to go with.
yeah.
Either way, I think we're like 20 years out from the concept, but I don't think that would change anyone creepy enough to own a life-size singing Min May.
Yeah.
It's either that
The
or it's
less
just the concept of scope they just didn't have with the giants and the things that they stole.
Yeah, because it actually would have been like instead of being in the palm of the hand, like this, it would have been something like this, right?
Well, I think
Which
it's
they actually do show the hollow something. I guess their records are holographic, and we're in the future, and we advance to holographic records. So they showed that as being like this, but the doll, it's full
you
size.
said that, and honestly, the first thing I thought about was the first episode of Pluto with that
Mm,
the holographic telephone thing.
yeah,
But no, I think the idea is that they made. I think honestly, life-size Minmay is bigger than real Minmay because they made it about the same
probably.
size as the fridge that they put down on their table.
Yeah.
Um, anything else you want to go over from the episode?
No, that's about it.
All right,
Unless I
then.
forgot anything.
How about you go ahead and go over to the board then and tell
Mm-hmm.
me what you think about any of the changes I've made.
Gotta
Obviously,
scroll
there should
down
only
too.
be about two of them, I think.
Yeah. So
Yep.
we have Roy, who, well, is no more,
Right, right. I think it's been
and
a while since you've seen it, so maybe 4 or 5 changes then.
yeah, Hayo Kasaku Ka
Heyo.
Kaisakuki. Yeah, it always
I know. Maybe I'm doing him a disservice.
Kakisaki. Yeah, Kakisaki
Maybe
is
I'm
his
doing
name.
a disservice by saying "heyo" every time, but it's just not how I remember him, and I just guess I won't have to for very much longer.
We have Lin Typhoon, and you have a blue line to Lin
Well,
Mei Mei.
you've seen that
Yeah,
connection before. That's not changed. I think the only
yeah.
thing I've added was the green line between Lin and Misa, and then I added an attraction line that's one-sided from Misa to Lin
To Lin, yeah.
because she's clearly infatuated with him, but there's been no indication in the other direction.
No, in fact, the one time, the couple of times they talked, they basically he shot him down. Although in a, I don't think it was last episode or the episode before that. You know, for once, Kaifun was supportive, at least of Global. He actually went out and had to pat him in the back. After he had to announce that, yeah, no, we got to leave Earth
I don't.
because
I mean, I know what you're saying, but I don't think that represents a friendly relationship. I feel like he was hyping himself up, like being self-important. That was my
that
read
too.
on it. Like I carry weight around here. People respect my words. The Global is fucking this up. I better get in front of the thing and say something.
But he actually didn't say anything. He just stood there and pat him in the back. So
Oh, I thought he did. That's my bad memory then.
no,
I'll.
Minmay was the one that talked and said, "Oh no, remember we're on this together.
That's right.
Macross is our home, etc., etc."
I've also got the red line connecting Milia over here to Genius, since they got no fight with each other, obviously. That
Yeah,
dogfight, and then she's hunting him down, but she doesn't know who he is.
there must be somebody out there.
Well, every time, like, God, who did she think it was last time?
Well,
Last
she
episode,
actually,
she saw somebody. She's like, "Oh, Kaifun." She thought Kaifun was such a great fighter when she saw
mhm,
him doing something. It's like, was this
in the
the
movie,
genius? Yeah, was this the genius
yeah,
guy that I got into a fight with?
yeah,
Obviously, I added the attraction lines between Hikaru and Misa here as well
yeah,
in the green line, but it goes both ways because I think it's pretty obvious that they've both expressed. Look, when you lean in to kiss somebody in an anime, I think it's pretty well
yeah,
expressed that you're both feeling it.
yeah. Both in the moment, but let's see if they actually are capable of doing something about it.
I don't think. I think that might be everybody. Even the stuff. Nothing from like the last 5 episodes has really changed on here. Or rather, this has been the changes from the last 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Everybody still has the same relation lines. Nobody's given up on past relationships at all. Well, except
I
for maybe
do like
Claudia.
the fact I do like that the humans for the most part tend to either have Japanese surnames or no Japanese, Chinese, Russian, and English surname. So and there's Reiber who actually has a German surname. So yeah, the humans are pretty varied all around.
Yeah, I guess technically his name would be Furling Reiber. Because
No, no,
well, the thing is, I don't know because all the other names are in the Japanese format. Like Lin Min Mei is actually we would read that as Min Mei Lin
I guess so.
because we know it's that way because her whole family is Lin Fai Chun, Lin Shou Chin, so it's
Oh yeah,
obviously
and the placard on his on his suite in or his barracks in Mars said Reiber. So I guess his name is Furling.
right.
Furling.
They're doing their version of name format on foreign
Hmm.
names. So I guess technically it's Ichijo Hikaru, which I didn't
But
think about.
but but when they're talking about English names like Roy Fokker and Claudia LaSalle, they're doing it right. And Maximilian Genius, well, not doing it right. They're doing it in the Western form. So it's all over the place.
See, I don't know. I don't know because they're saying it in their own language, so I don't know if they're doing it that way or not. Maybe his name is Fauconroy, which is weirder but funnier. I'm down
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah,
Genius
no, I don't.
Maximilian. I mean, that's just a description. Genius
Yeah,
Maximilian or Genius Max. Look, I don't know. The fact that obviously they are doing it. I mean, does that apply to the Zentradi? Or do they do it
I
to the
don't know.
We don't know. Like, we're still calling this guy Britai all the time. Where the hell does
Yeah.
that come from?
From the translation, actually, you see the translation. It says Britai. So
Well, then where the hell does Krindak come from? Or
I don't
whatever
know.
this first part of his name is.
Yeah,
Vrillois? Vriltois? Vril...
I don't know.
I don't know, that's not in French. Vriltois.
Mhm.
Vril? No, I'm betting an I, whereas no one.
Mhm.
Vril. How do you do a VRL? Vril. I
I
cannot
wouldn't.
pronounce that without putting an I
No,
between the R and L.
I think that they're doing the alien. They're doing it in the western side because they refer, for example, to Lap Plamitz as the commander. So that if you're in the military, you refer to the last name, right?
I honestly only
Uh,
remember her name being said once, and that's when she first appeared. So I got like no
yeah.
reference point on that one.
So I don't know. It's a bit confusing. It's one of the reasons why, especially in the '80s, they used to just give new names to characters in English, which sometimes
I've
worked,
I,
sometimes it didn't.
I pointed out to you that I went back and recently, like maybe a couple weeks ago rather. Actually, it was about a month ago. Actually, Galaxy Express 999, the first anime that I had ever watched. And the version that I watched was an Americanized one where they changed the names for everybody. And not
Hmm.
to make it easier, literally their Japanese names would have been easier to remember.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I didn't say all the time.
Right, right. I mean, I can I wish I could give you an example because the main character's name is a mess. It is just an absolute mess for no reason I could understand. Anything else jump at you on the board here?
Nope.
I was hoping that I'd be able to pull it up really quick. Oh, okay. Here. The main character in Galaxy Express 999 had his name changed from Tetsuro to this, and you tell me what this name reads to you. Just give it a shot.
What?
Give it a fucking
I'm not.
shot.
I'm not. Because
That's
past Hanakana, yeah, that's yeah. I guess he's Joy Smith,
you.
and
You
the
can see what
middle
the
name.
rhyming scheme they were trying to do there was, right? I mean, I'm assuming you do the whole banana fana fofana thing.
Ugh.
You're familiar with that child thing, right?
Yeah,
That did not feel like what they were going for here.
apparently.
Hana Kana Bobacana Nada. Something like that. Joey Hanakana Bobana Kanafana Smith. Why?
I
Why
don't know.
is a replacement for Tetsuro? By the way, this is also, they call Captain Harlock Captain Warlock. So they're just changing shit
Yeah,
for no reason.
yeah. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Um,
But yeah, I had to get that in there so people would know the insanity of the name changes that I have seen.
mm,
All right, well, I think if that's it for the pre episode stuff, then we should just go ahead and get into it.
yep,
But before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can check it out over on the Patreon. Just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra. See, the thing that gets me, and this is a conversation I had with Justin just a little while ago, in regards to Freeren, our reaction to that show,
hmm.
is that when it comes to how many episodes does this have again?
Let me double check. I think it's
Macross 38,
30, 36, or 38.
right?
36.
Fearin has 28 episodes, and my regards to
Mm,
that is that modern day, the short form series would be about 12 episodes, and sometimes you do like a double core for a single season and do like
mhm,
24 episodes, say like Jujutsu Kaisen as an example.
mhm,
And in that case, it would not be unexpected after like 12 episodes to have a second opening to represent your second
mhm.
core and whatever's going to change in the show. And yes, I know this is our 17th discussion in, so many episodes about having a different opening from Macross.
Yeah.
But that's the general thought process there is that in the modern parlance of anime openings, after depending on how many episodes you have, you could do like 3. I feel like with Macross, obviously, right? If we're doing like
Yeah,
a
probably.
38 episodes, every 12 episodes a new opening. Obviously, they had no budget for that. That's why I,
Hmm.
that's why I completely understand that part that we're repeating footage as it is.
Hmm.
Sometimes we have missing backgrounds. Last episode, go back and watch the clips from the movie. Literally, the characters show up in the movie, and then the background shows up behind them like a second and a half later.
Yeah.
そしてバリア崩壊の映像は時を置かずしてゼントラーディ・ボドル機関艦隊へと送られた。そこに映し出された
By
も
the
の
way,
は
the Centrati
ボドル
base is
団
actually
に
fucking
衝撃を
amazing.
与えずにはおかなか
Looks
っ
like
た。
shit from the outside, but when they look on the inside, and it's like a Dyson sphere of a asteroid.
Yeah. He's just watching TV.
It would be better if he had like a thimble-sized thing of popcorn, you know?
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't serve very well that he's literally fighting a giant in the movie.
Yeah.
Also, how do you go from watching a movie to a real-life footage? This should be 2 different things that you're watching.
信じられん。もし本当なら恐るべき存在だ。
How? Literally, you can wipe out the whole planet. It's one ship. This thing's gonna run out of batteries.
Yeah.
To be fair, the giants don't get tired of the song just about as fast as the humans don't get tired of the song.
本当だ。本物を見ながら歌を聴けばもっともっといい気持ちになる。いいなあ、歌って。
Well, it can't be about Hikaru. That didn't happen.
何すんだ、壊すのか。まあ見てろ。これを下に下げると違う歌が聴ける。違う歌？
She got 2 songs?
だって
How'd
2つ
that
あるの
happen?
か？
Does that also imply that the doll never turns off?
なんだそれは。聞いてるといい気持ちになるんだ。あんな気持ちになったのは初めて。
Oh wait, no, Hikaru did kiss
ど
her.
こにあるんだそれは。我らなんですが持ってる。
Right? Didn't that happen
What?
at the fountain?
No, no. They took a picture together, but no.
Well, the song implies when no one's around, he kissed me.
Yeah, but I think the song has something to do with.
I know, we already discussed that somebody wrote the song for her,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm pretty sure Hikaru never heard those lyrics.
それが兵士たちの間に伝わったらしいですね。騒ぎってのはそんなことか。そんなことって言うけど、中にはマクロスへ投降してそっちへ住みたいなんて言い出すやつも出てるんですぜ。投降する？敵にか。
Are you a fool? It's like a ship for ants. We never fit on there.
なぜそんなことになったんだ。詳しかったもん。そのことを上の者は知ってんのか。さあ。 どいつもこいつもマクロスごときにオタオタしやがって。こうなったらマクロスなど俺が抹殺してやる。
You know, this would have to be a military society, right?
Yeah.
If men that lived by themselves and didn't care about appearing good for women, right? These people would look horrible all the time.
I mean, one could argue military tradition and.
That's why I said it has to be a
decorum.
military society, otherwise
Yeah.
they'd have no reason. I also love the fact that they pasted another screen on top of their broken screen. That's the best repair job they could do.
最終手段と言われますと、文化を持つ者たちといつまでも関わっていては、必ず兵士に悪い影響を及ぼす。それを避けるにはできるだけのデータを集め、奴らを抹殺するしかない。わかりました。早速マイクローンを。
To a certain level, that doesn't make any sense. You would literally want to destroy all the data you already have and then destroy the miclones. Conceivably, you'd want all these men killed.
攻撃するマクロスをおい、どうするマクロスに攻撃をかけるってことはこの子を殺すことになるぞ。歌も聞けなくなる。歌だけじゃない。あそこには我々にないものがいっぱいある。
Please be stupid enough to say we should kidnap her, because that feels like the next step. When did that happen? I don't remember them. Oh, that's right. They ran into her on the street. Yeah, turning the corner.
Yeah.
Then they went to a disco.
こうやって先のことなんか考えてたら何もできん。とにかく出撃した時チャンスを見てマクロスに逃げ込むんだ。よし、俺も行く。俺もだ。見つかったら逃亡罪で消去刑だぞ。
I mean, you better get into my clone bodies first. This, I don't know.
我々にないものがいっぱいあるっていうそのマクロスへ。よし、俺も行く。俺も行く。
But yeah, what did I say? You wanted to kill all these people before anything else.
Yeah.
There we go. Obviously, you gotta think these things through a little bit.
だったら安心しろ。この中に一人だけ扱えるのがいる。
Oh, the guy who said nothing about joining in. That's a name I can pronounce.
許可なくあの装置を動かしたら俺は見つかった時はみんな同じなんだ。お前だって本物の歌を聞きたいだろう。聞きたいさ。でも手を貸してくれ。手を貸してくれたらこれも歌う人間もみんなお前にやる。
By the way, I would love all this Entrati kind of to surrender in this way, and there's like a new census on the Macross. Sorry, I don't know how to explain it. We got like 20,000 more people on the ship.
女だってこの子一人だけじゃないぞ。
Oh yeah, they're gonna get invaded by incels, basically. Oh shoot. Oh no, that's not good.
There's that one movie, it's like a zombie movie about words in Pontypool. Have you seen Pontypool?
No, no.
Basically, the words get in your mind and they turn you into a zombie. It's literally a zombie virus spread by words. And that's how the government treats it. If anybody in the area, just consider them gone, because it's literally how you stop that. Somebody trying to tell you they're not infected, they're trying to infect you. You better kill them. All these people on your side, they're gone, right? Anybody they talk to, they're going to spread this whole we need to surrender bullshit. You've got to get rid of them. You got to get rid of all the contamination they brought with them. And you got to kill the myclones. And yes, I understand that goes against the entire concept Macross is built on. I'm just saying, if you're the military on the other side, you've got to defeat the contamination first.
Wow, that's so 70s, even
Yep.
60s, and I'm going like, oh wow.
You could erase Minmay from this and put Austin Powers dancing around, right? Oh, somebody has to have done that, right? Like, not even the erasing Minmay part. Just put dancing him on top of Minmay so he can't see her.
それだけでいいんだ。ここから逃げられないんだったらそれだけでいい。
Oh, again, he found his inspiration in fighting for Minmay.
To be fair, we've made the joke like 100 times over that every pilot's probably doing the same thing. Every pilot has a picture of them in front of the water fountain with Minmay.
それじゃあ次は愛は流れるを歌います。聞いてください。
I mean, this is literally Pontypool, right? You have to turn off your combat radio, otherwise you might hear Minmay singing.
Yeah.
Instantly, you're...
今日の民名は一段と。
Come on, dude, you're a cousin. I don't know if Japanese South is like the American South, but it's not highly frowned upon.
It's coffee time on the bridge. It's coffee o'clock in the bridge.
To be fair, we're not getting attacked.
これで敵が来なければ
As far as I can tell, it seems to happen off screen these days, but
私も燃えるような恋がしたい。バカね。
Oh. Poor Claudia.
can't be from that long ago, because otherwise he's two-timing.
I mean, no, he technically wouldn't be because they already have broken up with Ares by the time they meet in the island. So yeah,
思い出してんのよ
Sort of, but I mean, we don't know how far back that memory is.
だから車ったって
It kind of looks like the same place that Ares remembers him leaving her at the bridge. So,
yeah, Paris.
yeah, did he just go back there and meet another woman? Roy, you're so complicated now that you're dead.
Oh, this again.
He did talk. I sold you.
No, but that was when Min May collapsed, not when Captain Global went to give his address.
Ah, damn it. Sometimes I wish you had a worse memory than me. I'm sorry. I could be right more until they get to the comments. She's got the weirdest version of Princess Leia hair. She got the buns on the back of her head. Oh, Kaifun, you're a weirdo. I'm also thinking about this, that Min-Mei is like the whole thing the Zentradi surrender is predicated upon so far. And
Yeah.
she's like getting exhausted to death. So that's a whole different weight to the whole scenario, right? How does Zentradi gonna feel when Min-Mei is like hospitalized? At the same time, if she wasn't performing as hard, they would never hear her as much. It's a double-edged sword.
逆手に取ればリガート部隊をマクロス内に送り込むことが可能と思われます。さすればマイクロンだけでなくマクロスをも手に入れることができるかと。
肉を切らせて骨を断つというんだな。
さよう。ただどこに撃ち込まれてもいいというわけではありません。狙わせる場所はただ一つ、監視部分に限ります。そこなら破損を受けても4アデノルや5アデノルは十分に持ちこたえられますな。
よく考えたな。
これも皆スパイの持ち帰ったマクロスの戦闘パターンを分析した結果
You're sacrificing a ship anyway.
よし。
I think if they were
Yeah,
more
but yeah.
genre savvy, they'd recognize the fact that once the Daedalus pierces a ship, it pauses in place for a good moment. That then you can just send anybody at the Daedalus.
I think that's what they're trying to because they talk about 4 or 5 Adars, so I guess 4 or 5 minutes or seconds.
No, I thought they said that's how many they could send in, like how many units.
No, I think that's a time.
Well, they indicated that they should pierce the specific part of the ship, like if they put some units in the ship, they could get it.
いつもと違う。
Yeah.
ガタガタするな。マクロスへ攻撃かけるには違いないんだ。必ず俺たちの出番はある。野郎ども。
I'm surprised they didn't keep their outfits. Not the giant ones, I mean the ones that they stole from the Macross.
上からのお墨付きだ。心置きなくやらしてもらうぜ。
数は約30隻。
30。
当艦に接近してきます。
敵の主力からすればほんの一部だ。
Yeah, you've literally killed more with a beam cannon.
とにかくここでやられるわけにはいかん。バルキリー隊に出撃命令を出せ。
イエスさん。
敵は12時方向を中心に3回して接近中。
Look, looking down, look up.
いつもと規模が違う
Come on, look up.
気をつけて。
言われなくても分かってる。
There we go.
君を守ってやるぞ。
You guys really just reinforcing the Min-Mei connection this episode. We've tempted you with the possibility of a Hikaru Misa connection for the second time. Now back to Min-Mei.
Okay.
Being in a brown Valkyrie is like wearing a red shirt in Star Trek.
Basically.
ここまではいつものパターンだな。
作戦担当グラドクルであります。前期移動完了。
よし、マクロスへの艦隊接近に移る。我が艦は正面からだ。
了解。
いいか。 無傷とはいかんが、あくまでもマクロスの捕獲が狙いだと他の艦に徹底せざる。了解。
Wait, is Britai doing it with his own ship?
Yeah.
I thought they were planning to use a different ship for it.
No.
Nah, I don't know. Maybe he's like, fuck it, my main screen's destroyed. If I destroy this ship, they'll give me a new one. Oh, God. I just thought to myself, what if they punch the ship and Britai just charges in? The dude's wrestled like 3 Valkyries at the same time. Can you imagine him running through the city Godzilla style?
イエスさん、ダイダロスアタックをいつでもかけられるよう待機。了解。
Completely up in the air on my hand on when they decide to transform and fire the beam and when they do the Daedalus.
Yeah. It's decided by the writers, basically. By the speed of the plot, basically.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what level threat we fire the beam at. Like 30 ships at once? Sure. Transform, use the beam. Because they obviously don't ever care about warning any of these people they're about to do it. They just do it.
みんなこのままコンサートを続けよう。野蛮な戦いに負けてはならない。歌が人を殺す兵器に負けてはならない。
It's funny because I think in any normal situation, this would be fucking stupid. But obviously the show is not about that part.
大声で歌うんだ。
Unless this is meant to mimic the Blitz, you think?
I guess so.
Where you can't do anything, it's about keeping calm and trying to live your
Keeping
life.
calm. Yeah.
I guess in that respect, I could get on board. Instead of having such a harsh opinion. No, guys, stop. Your clapping is really throwing me off.
Yeah, like the 3 people in the studio clapping at the same time. Yeah.
Guys, we have no more mouths and eyes. Who filled the audience with mannequins? Guys, don't consider the fact that I'm singing about a pilot right now and the Valkyries are literally out there defending us and dying. Maybe I should write some songs about people that aren't literally the people dying to save us. See, literally, it's 30 ships. I figured you'd want the big attack that destroys many of them. Or, you know, now would be a great time to test the overshield that destroys a bunch of shit in a huge nuclear explosion. Now that you're out in space, you can't hurt anything. Well,
oh, there goes it.
They were great. They were like the bald guy. The tier of things, right? Valkyries, bald guys, whatever the fuck those things were. All the balls on board? Good. Close the door. I don't figure punching everything and opening our front door to them is a bad idea.
Okay, I think the concert is not going to help here, basically.
Hold the front line. They can't reach the concert.
Yeah.
We don't have the animation budget to do anything with that. How is the Valkyrie going to get inside? Especially when everyone controlling the docking thing to open up those doors just got trampled by the pods. Oh, never mind. You're thinking too hard, Theta. Or the battle pod's gonna walk up on the concert and get thrown by the
あの
singing?
人を守ってあげて
メンバー大空舞う後ろ金の翼シャオパ
観客に歌い続けるんだ歌うんだ
We're about to find out.
Because, I mean, that would be the idea. These would be the people that are not affected by the other guys, right?
もっと大き
Or are they literally just the pods filled with the my clones? Doesn't seem so.
危ない
Oh, he got hurt. Oh, the asshole got hurt.
I mean, well, to think about it, he did a good thing, though. Oh, here we go. Civil War time. He should be dead, though.
Yeah.
So no, wait, the pods that fired at the pods that fired at Minmay are actually just other pilots, too? They're not even the my clones?
あれ
Yeah.
So they're just fucking confused.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're not the surrender Mike Centrati.
No, they went. No, they went to another area.
Yeah,
You
you
saw
know,
them
no,
take
no,
a
I'm
left.
just saying that the ones that fired. Okay, God, there's another element here now too.
Yeah.
I just mean that they fired on their own people to stop them from firing at Minmay, but they're not the people who learned about Minmay. They're just completely different, confused
Yeah.
Zentradi.
Exactly.
Didn't he get hit in the back?
Apparently.
Was he bleeding up his back and over his skull? Okay, Robin Williams.
Yeah, because he's.
I was gonna make a joke that his eye got all cocked up because he got hit in the back because one of his eyes went all this way. And then Minmay turned into that alien scientist from before.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say, this better be like a two-parter or something.
Yeah.
Too much was happening too late in the episode for this to be wrapped up.
元スパイ3人組を中心とする脱走者たちがマクロス艦内へ潜入した。彼ら23名の亡命要請に苦慮したグローバルは
Oh, they are
ゼントラーデ
talking.
ィとのコンタクト
Wait, they can't
経験
talk.
者であるヒカル、ミサ、マックスを招集した。次回超時空要塞マクロスドロップアウアウアウアウ
I mean, they apparently learned the language because they
Also-
were spies.
That was just a flashback to the scene where they smashed their head through a storefront window. That wasn't a new episode scene.
No, it wasn't.
No, they did
I mean, hey,
translation circuits. These idiots
Yeah,
couldn't learn
but-
anything.
But when they, I don't know if they had them when they were aboard the Macross, or did they? We never see them use them.
No, they don't. That was something I brought up before. That the only time they've ever understood them was when they were standing on the table with translation circuits. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, is weird when you think about it. Why would they ever need translation circuits? Who are they talking to?
I mean, I suppose they're not the first aliens they meet.
I mean, maybe. We know... Yeah, but they don't try to communicate with them. Literally, that was our whole point from before. Anytime we've ever tried to communicate, it's ended with disaster. And we understand that they have a concept of protoculture exists out there, or, what's the other one? The Supervision Army. Do they
Yeah.
need translation circuits to talk to a Supervision Army? Do they talk to the Supervision Army?
I don't
These
know.
are hypotheticals I'm throwing out there. Obviously, I think you have the answers, and I'm not asking you for them. Unless
I
it's
know, I
something
ju-
we got information from previous episodes.
Yeah, no, I think this is in Macross 7 territory, which means I don't know much about that aspect of it.
I will say, I know I've been rather flippant with my
Mhm.
reactions this episode. Best episode so far, I think. Of,
Really?
of SDF Macross. Obviously not of the two shows we've seen. I think we've had
Yeah.
much higher stakes, much better character development, better animation in Macross Zero. Of SDF Macross, I think this is the best episode. I think there have been better emotional episodes, say Roy dying, or better setup stuff, maybe. This is most culmination. Like, this is the first time I've considered anything to be the start of a two-parter, right? Which means this is the culmination of a bunch of storylines. It was to the point that so much shit was happening at once, so much stuff being introduced, that I felt like if I tried to talk about everything, which I did obviously try to, that I would be talking over the whole fucking episode trying to keep up with it. Like, the concept of active Zentradi military, not part of the conspiracy to surrender, being confused and lured in by Minmay singing, to then shoot at their own Zentradi brethren to stop them. Again, on first sight, these are not the conspirators to surrender. So that's one thing. And then Mila is there too, which means obviously she was listening to everything going on. And she's separate from the invasion and has been out of contact, so she has no idea what's going on with Zentradi being here. I mean, if I had to guess from her point of view, she would think Pilot Guy is up to nonsense again, because he's the only one. I don't think from her point of being turned into a Myclone to being sent aboard the ship, Britai had not come back yet, right?
No, she did it on her own, basically.
Well, my point is that she doesn't know Britai is back in command of the entire operation.
No, she doesn't know that.
So at best, she would consider either it's the Pilot Guy who's constantly disobeying orders, or it's our own commander who knows she's over here. So we have this whole thing going on. We have the weird, I mean, I'm saying it's weird, but I understand it, one, from the whole Blitz perspective that I gave before, and two, knowing that Macross is about. Sing, just keep singing no matter what happens around us.
Yeah.
That's a major element here, especially from the whole, her singing affects everybody around her. Like, it's not even the Zentradi. Literally, the people in danger are like, I don't fucking care what happens to me. You know?
just keep on clapping.
They're turning into like the TikTok NPC trend, is what they're doing.
Clap if you believe, basically.
Yeah, and then the Britai has this whole plan to take them across. Like, this is so many building plot points all coming to a head that makes it the best episode so far to me, because so much payoff. What we get in this show is so often, that's a funny little storyline, or this is a annoying little thing, or oh no, Heyo and Roy are dead. But this is like everything is starting to pay off. Like, I feel like the writing team came together one day and said, they're going to cut our budget if we don't do something big. So we better do something big. Like, this is as big as the first episodes were. Like, the first 3 episodes, you put them together, I feel like this is all of that in one episode. Like, they cut a lot of the fat of the storytelling and decided to just get into it.
I think it feels very much like a turning point, right? Because now we're starting to see the effects of, because before it was like, oh, the aliens are doing this and the Macross is doing that, but now they're coming together. Like, what's happening on the Macross is affecting what's happening to Zentradi, and what the Zentradi are doing is affecting things at the Macross, right? They're coming together for good or for ill, right? And I think that's pretty interesting, right? And it also switched the idea that it was, oh no, females are appearing, the whole thing where you can talk to them in screens. It's like, no, it's the culture, it's the music, it's how they dress, it's how they behave, it's doing things that are non-military. That's the real culture shock, right? We're used to having military discipline. We don't have any parents because we're clones, right? And there's an entire society, entire reality that we don't know about, and that's what's shocking them.
Yeah, it is very weird. I think we can go ahead and wrap up right here then. I've been Theta, this is Lessons, and we'll be back with you right after these messages. I don't know where I was going with there. Anyway, we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?